In this video, I'm going to be telling you guys how I got social engineered by this person on Discord and actually got hacked. So be sure to watch to the end and smash that like button down below. The like goal is 500 likes, and smash that subscribe button down below as well if you do end up enjoying this video. Also, turn on those bell notifications, you already know. So it started off like this. I was chatting with my friend in Discord. Normally, you know, nothing was going wrong or anything. And at this time, I think I had about 2 or 3K subscribers, like not that many. And my friend made me a small Discord server that had like 20 people in it. Not that many, really. I didn't really promote it on my channel or anything. You know, it was pretty nice. I pretty much knew everybody in it because it was so small. It was pretty scuffed. It wasn't good, but that's not the point. Basically, this one person joined and he seemed like a normal person, but he was not at all. He was a legitimate hacker. So to start, I was getting like 3 DMs or so, like 3 or 4 maybe actually. DMs of people saying like, yo, Dante, like this person has your IP address, you know? This person knows your location. And my DMs were getting flooded with these 4 people. I'm like, what the heck? You know, they were all spamming me like this is urgent. So naturally, you know, I was really scared. They looked like just normal people. Oh, wait, this guy right here. Easy first kill. Why am I shooting so slowly? That's not really the point. Anyways, oh, I just got that easy gulag win. So at that point, I was like, okay, you know, let me message one of these people back, right? And I'm like, what's the IP address? How does that work and stuff? So he's like, yeah, this person has your IP address. There's gonna be people stalking you in real life. It's a big deal. So make sure, you know, you figure out what's happening. And I was like, whoa, you know, thank you for letting me know about this, right? This was one person I was messaging back. And at the time, I didn't know what an IP address was. So I firstly asked him like, yo, what's an IP address? And they're like, oh, it's a line of numbers and it's the exact coordinates for your living location, like your home. So I was like, oh frick, that's really crappy. And he's like, yeah. So I messaged a few of the other people and they were telling me almost the exact same thing, just like a bit of different words. So I'm like, this is already really confusing and this is weird. So then I finally asked one of them like, you know, how can I check if that's real? Like it's probably just a random dude pretending like he has my address and giving it out. That was my first initial thought. I was a little nervous because there was a lot of people messaging, but I'm like, yeah, it's probably just some dude trying to be cool or whatever. He probably thinks I live in like the middle of the ocean or something and just giving out random coordinates to people. So then the person's like, yeah, you know, put it in Google, this line of numbers. So I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And I put the line of numbers into Google. I copied and pasted it. And I got a message saying like, website not reached, you know, try a different search. I was like, what? You know, what the actual heck? So then I messaged the person back. I said, this means nothing. It did nothing. It's just a weird dude trying to be cool. And he didn't respond back to me. None of them after that. And then, this is where it gets really weird and really crazy. I got a message from this person with the exact same profile picture as me, same name as me, right? This is already freaking me out. I'm like, what? And basically, this person tries to scare me. So he messaged me and he said, haha, I am you or something like that. I know where you live, Dante. And my heart was starting to beat faster at that point. You know, I was still pretty secure. I'm like, yeah, it's just a weirdo, whatever. But it was starting to get really strange, you know? And I was, I don't know. But I kept going with it. And firstly, I wanted to be the bigger person. You know, I was trying to step up and be, you know, strong and stuff. So I said, hey, what the heck are you doing? You obviously don't have my IP address. And he said, yeah, I do. And I'm like, no, you don't. And he's like, yeah, I do, Dante. And then, this is where it gets even crazier. It just keeps on getting crazier and crazier. He literally said a location very, very close to my actual home. And I was freaking out, you know? And somehow, it still manages to get crazier than that. I'm like, yo, I literally lied to him. I said, that's not my house. What the frick are you doing, you weirdo? You're literally trying to be cool, literally messaging all these people. You know where I live. What the heck are you doing? And he's like, fine, I'll turn off your internet. Then I messaged him. I said, obviously, you can't turn that off, dude. I'm just gonna block you. And then my internet shut off before I could even block him. And I was freaking out because I was live streaming for about 2 hours a day at the time. I wasn't live streaming when this happened, obviously. And my internet was really, really wonky. Like whenever I hit start streaming, half the time it would just cut out immediately for the whole entire house. It was the weirdest problem ever. We were contacting our internet service provider trying to get it all fixed, and it seemed really fishy, kind of, like somebody was hacking me. But we were almost certain that it was just a really weird problem with the internet itself. But it was weird too, because whenever I streamed on a separate YouTube account or on private, it would work perfectly. So I'm like, is somebody turning this off? Somebody who has control of my internet. So I was like, oh my god. It's all coming together. This is the guy. He's turning off my internet. He knows my IP. He's messing it up. And I was flipping out. So, once... Oh, wait, this guy's shooting at me. No! I was just getting to the best part of the story, man. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna run away and not worry about him. So I got my dad. He's very good at fixing internet, computers, all that stuff. You know, that's his specialty. So he came up, he was doing all this weird typing and stuff, and it was like green letters on the screen. It literally looked like he was hacking. It was funny. And he said, yeah, nothing's happening. It's showing that he's not doing anything to the internet. And it was so weird. And my dad was looking at the messages that I was having between me and this weirdo, and he's like, yeah, Dante, you totally got jebaited. You just got pranked. It was the same person. The person who found your IP address was the same person pretending to be nice and helping you out. He had like 5 different accounts. And I thought it was 5 different people. It was crazy too, because he was really creative about it. You know, he had all these different names, all these different profile pictures. It was so legit. You know, I think this guy was actually like an older person who's actually good at hacking. And my dad said, yeah, he's doing something called social engineering. Hackers do it all the time to get into people's internets and all this. So I was, oh no, you know, this is a legit hacker. He knows what he's doing. But then my dad was saying, Dante, it's just the IP address. It's very easy to find your IP address. And then my dad figured out that when he gave me that random string of numbers, that had nothing to do with my IP address. That was a code that when I put it into Google, he could find who searched up that exact number and then find my IP address and which city I live in and kind of roughly where I live. So once I heard that, I was pretty assured. I was feeling better, but you might still be asking me, Dante, how did he cut off your internet? And we were both still very confused at that time. We were, you know, how did he manage to do that? But then me and my dad realized that because our internet was cutting out all the time, Kojiko, which is our internet service provider, they were trying to fix it. And they had like logs and stuff. So the quote unquote hacker, he was timing the fixes when they were cutting down our internet with when he was saying that he was cutting it down, if that makes sense. Why is this guy bullying me? No, get over here. Poopy face, you're down. I even called him poopy face. That's the worst part. But yeah, he was timing the times when he said he was gonna be cutting out my internet with when the internet was supposed to go down so he could look cool. So then... No, it gets crazier, it gets crazier. My dad has actually heard of that trick before. He's like, oh yeah, you know, I've heard of people doing that to him. Like, that's happened to him before. And I completely got killed. And when that happened to him, he learned how to do it himself. He researched it and he's never done it to anybody until now. So, he went onto a Discord account, his own Discord account, and he did the exact same thing back to the hacker, and he fell for it. He was that dumb. He literally fell for it. Now, it's actually really good that we figured this out because my dad was saying people actually do this because when it happened to him, he researched it. People do this so they can be like, give me money or else I'll share your IP to other people, stuff like that. You know, people trying to scare you. Do not fall for it, guys. There are crazy people out there. If you have a public Discord server, anything like that, this might happen to you. So be aware of it and do not even respond to it. But basically, my dad went onto his Discord account. He messaged the person, here at the Discord community, we have noticed you have been hacking into other people's personal information. We will have to shut off all of your internet connection services in order to stop this. It makes no sense. That would never happen in real life, ever. But he literally fell for it. So then my dad got the code, right, that he had to search into Google for us to get his IP address. It's a little confusing. He copied and pasted the code into the Discord DMs, and he said, please refer to this code into Google, which makes no sense, right? He's like, please refer to this code to appeal your ban on internet, like in general. Like, what? He seriously didn't think it would work, but he's like, you know, this could be funny. Let's just try it. And he did it. He put the code into Google. So then we got his IP address. Literally. My dad got the information, put it into this weird website. I don't really know. He did this weird stuff. And we found out that he lived in this random city in Jamaica. Like, what the heck? He was a serious hacker in Jamaica trying to get people scared so he can literally threaten them and be like, give me money to get your internet back. It's insane. So then I went onto Discord and I messaged him. I said, haha, you live in this city in Jamaica. And it was this weird name. I forget. It was like a million years ago. And then he blocked me on every single account and I never saw him since. I think we actually ended up scaring him in the end, or we just wasted his time. I have no idea. But then after that, I reported all of his accounts to Discord and I said, yeah, this guy is trying to scare people. I don't know if he ended up getting IP banned from Discord, but I really hope he did. Now I actually have a Discord server with over 1,000 members and that hasn't happened to me since. So I think these hackers try to find people with internet that cuts out, or they're trying to find people with internet that is currently being like repaired and stuff so they can pretend to cut out people's internet and scare them. It's insane. So guys, like I said, do not fall for this if this happens to you. I'm sure it's actually happened to a few people who's watching this right now. But after that, I never heard from him or anybody else of that sort. Nobody's ever done that to me ever again. I just about did not get scammed because luckily I have a very smart dad. I'm so thankful that he didn't get all the way to scamming me. And yeah, I'm gonna be wrapping up the video there. I really hope you guys do not get scammed like this. And yeah, it has been Dante and I am peacing out for now. Peace!